trouble, ain't it? Someone should take a picture. Nice work, by the way.
I aim to please.
5, 6, get down to
Lines.
the science wing. Dr. Halsey wants a debrief and command saying we're all hers.
Repeat. Sounded like you said Halsey.
I did.
Copy that, on our way. Don't need command to tell me. Been all hers half my life.
Halsey's the one who made Spartans, right?
She made the Spartans, and most importantly, she is basically Cortana. Cortana is her, basically. She's an imprint of her.
George, it's been too long.
Mom.
What have you done with my
She made
honor?
Cortana, is what I'm
Just
trying to
some
say.
Additions I've made.
That's his mom.
No, he said ma'am,
Grad relay.
but he has an
Its
accent.
data center was
It's been
built by one
debunked.
of my xenoarchaeologists, Professor
Of course.
Laszlo
So wait, that
Sorbat.
shit-
Perhaps
so
you would
Cortana's
shed
based
some light
off
on
this
his
person.
death.
It's the same voice actress. But yeah, this is Dr. Halsey. She made the Spartans, and she created the AI that is Cortana, and that's why it has her personality.
Just after we found your scientist's daughter, Mom, she was hiding in the
Irrelevant. The elites. Tell me more about them.
3 Zealot class. One got bias. The leader, from the looks of him.
Zealots. You're certain?
Their armor configuration matched.
Shield strength too.
I gave the order not to pursue. Our primary objective was to get the station's relay back online.
Your primary objective, Commander. Are you a puppet or a Spartan?
Ma'am?
There are those at ONI, myself included, who believe the Covenant dispatch elite advanced teams to hunt down artifacts of value to their religion. Survivor accounts suggests such teams are small, nimble, and almost always Zealot class. No doubt they came to the station for the abundance of ONI excavation data stored there. And you let them get away.
Data retrieval was not a command directive. Even had we known, we had other more urgent matters to attend to.
Like warning the planet.
Professor Sorvat's final entry in his field notes made reference to a latchkey discovery. Latchkey. Not a word he would use lightly. So let's hope that the data module your lieutenant commander stole contains it.
Cat?
Before you ask, I was alerted at the moment you attempted to access its contents, as I am with any unauthorized tap. That data is classified Tier 1. I could send you to the brig for interfering with my work.
Maybe you'd like to join her.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
We're currently under emergency planetary directive, winter contingency. I'm sure you're familiar with the punishment for civilian interference with the Spartan deployment.
Are you threatening me, Commander?
Just making a reading suggestion, ma'am. Let's move, noble team.
Damn, that was like pretty epic.
Yeah.
Mom.
That will be
Are you sure that's not his mom?
I'm sure if you had subtitles on, you'd see it. It's been debunked. we all thought he was saying "mom" when we first played it. I'm pretty sure.
Mom.
Wait, Joshua.
Yep.
I'm just looking at the stupid fucking PlayStation Store listing on Wikipedia.
I'm
You
looking
can
at
get
our
Breath of Fire
scores.
4, but not Breath of Fire 3. Where the fuck do I get Breath of Fire 3 then?
On eBay for $1,000.
I think I win.
I think you
I
did.
win.
I think you did.
I
too.
win everything besides Jackal Kills, which is Luke by a long shot.
The only thing
None.
I won in.
No, we're tied on grunts.
I didn't win anything.
Let's see. The only thing I beat anyone in or tie was the ghosts, I think. What is the first one?
Is that the Revenants? Oh no, that's the fourth one. I don't know.
No, that.
Oh, is that a Phantom?
Yeah,
Did I
that is.
blow up a
Josh got a
Phantom?
phantom. Josh got a phantom.
Oh, and I also killed 2 ghosts. No one you guys killed none.
I killed one.
Nice. All right, Nightfall. Nightfall is here.
I like this mission. Don't skip. Don't skip this incredibly
I
short
like this
cutscene.
mission. Don't clip.
Don't skip this incredibly short cutscene.
Am I really for the urge to skip this incredibly short
This
cutscene?
reminds me of that one mission in Halo 1, Josh, where you start with the snipers, if you remember, at nighttime, and you board
yeah,
the Covenant ship to rescue Captain Keyes.
I do remember.
What is 2630 hours?
that?
It's military time.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
this planet has days longer than 24 hours. Is what that means.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right.
The funny thing is, I think George knew that.
I would have gotten to that conclusion, but I didn't even think about that.
Fun fact, well, not fun fact, but like a lot of Canadians use like military time. Like every time I check Maddie's phone,
Reporting in. 3 and 6 in position.
like I'm like, wait, what?
Starting to get crowded up here, Cat.
Then we're closing in.
Josh, your game on stream is so fucking bright.
Direct action may be necessary.
That's because my game
Copy
is
that.
bright.
I know.
It's because I
It's
have
like-
It might be his colorblind filter.
Here.
Well, it's
Many
that, but
Ds.
also well,
Did you
I-
bump the brightness?
Armor piercing.
Well, I bump the
You'll take
brightness
the
on all
hat
my
off and a lead at
like all
2,000
games if I
yards.
can, because I think
And they ain't cheap.
I have like a problem where I legitimately cannot see if the colors are too dark, like at all.
Yeah, I tend to put the brightness on my games
Like
pretty high too.
I think it's not just a color blindness. I think it's another like visual impairment that I'm learning about. But yeah, no, that's intentional.
Recon Bravo. The sector ahead is...
Oh, let Josh do the assassination.
Oh yes.
Josh, go ahead.
Okay.
Go like ahead.
But don't
Follow George's instructions to the letter.
hold the melee button when you reach this guy's back. When you're right behind him, just hold it. Nice work.
That was cool. I honestly.
And there's individual ones for each enemy,
You know
and
what's
they're all
funny is
fucking sick.
before you told me to kill him, I thought that was one of ours because he was standing like upright, like he didn't have like the weird leg.
He was one of ours.
Yo, both Rido games.
Are you looking up the PS3 store while playing?
I have it up on my other window.
Okay, I was about to say like how fucking it's got 3 arms.
Let's see. Yeah, Breath of Fire 4. So I'm gonna be a brain poisoned individual and not buy that because I can't buy Breath of Fire 3 because I have a brain disorder. I will buy Parasite 2.
Yeah, I've been going through a crazy JRPG JRPG craze, and that's literally just my fixation right now. Like 2 months ago it was fighting games, and now it's JRPG. I just cycle between the two.
What's up with the invisible elites with laser beams?
Wait, Shadow the Hedgehog was released as a PS2 downloadable game on PS3, exclusively in, is that Europe? Japan. Exclusively in Japan. Josh, you ever play God Hand?
No.
Oh,
God.
you would love God Hand. You would fucking, dude. That is.
I'm playing God of War 1 currently. But
Yeah, if you like God of War, you'll love God Hand.
What the fuck
Knowing you, knowing Josh,
God Hand and God of War are very different games.
they're very
God
different
Hand
games,
is
but like the tone.
what the fuck
God
is
Hand
God
is such
Hand?
a fucking experience. God Hand is an experience.
Is it bad?
So God Hand is
It's
kind
a
of
really
weird.
good game.
It's kind of weird because it's a 3D beat 'em up with tank controls. Is the best way to describe
Also,
it.
Luke, you fucking liar. That skull is on. I just got a grunt headshot.
No, I was standing behind you.
No,
And I died.
No, you
Oh.
can pause and look at the skull's active. It's not active.
Yeah.
But it was so weird. It was at the same time I got the headshot.
Yeah.
It's because I was standing
God.
behind you.
God Hand is I don't think it was the first game, but it's a Clover game. It was made by Clover.
What else did they make?
Okami.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful Joe.
I like Okami.
Beautiful Joe.
Okay.
I don't know
So
if-
Capcom games.
It's not Capcom. It's Clover. Oh wait, no, Clover was Capcom. Actually, that's true.
Yeah, because
Sorry.
Beautiful Joe and Okami are both Capcom.
I'm thinking of Platinum, which is what Kamiya made after Clover shut down.
Oh my god, that fucking. Oh, you mean Kamiya?
Yeah. Him.
Hideki
I don't know.
Kamiya.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he had anything to do with God Hand. I don't actually.
So fun fact, he blocked me on Twitter,
Yeah, he blocked everything.
and so I don't know. So
The
this
guy who made
he made Bayonetta, he
Bayonetta.
made Okami,
Why?
he made so he has a policy on his Twitter if you don't speak Japanese on his Twitter, like message him or add him, on Twitter, like if you don't speak Japanese, he just blocks you. Like he's extremely xenophobic, and on his Twitter thing, he's
Weird.
like, follow the rules or you will be blocked. And it's
He's infamous for having like one of the largest block lists.
he is incredibly xenophobic, and it's a real shame because he's made some of the best games in our time. I feel like
He was the director for the first Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry, Okami, Bayonetta, and
But yeah, so God Hand is a Clover game. It's a 3D beat 'em up. Notoriously difficult. It's a very difficult game.
Okay.
The way it controls, like, I would describe you move your character almost like you're playing like a game with tank controls.
Okay.
Well, it's like actually, but like even though that sounds like the worst idea for a game ever, it's actually really fun. It's very funny. It's very funny.
I've gotten used to tank controls like from like old PS1 games, but
it's a very funny game. The way combat works is like you have like a it's almost like a style meter, and the better you're doing, the higher your level. The higher your level, the more damage enemies do.
okay.
I think my favorite thing is you have super moves you get, and one of the super moves is called Grovel. All it does is lower the difficulty meter.
So you just beg.
You get on your knees and beg, and then the super meter drops, or the difficulty meter drops.
For some reason, the first thing that came to mind was the homeless guy from Yakuza.
One of the very first bosses in the game is a gorilla in a sumo in a wrestling like a luchador outfit.
This sounds like a game George would have played.
Yeah. Once you beat the gorilla, you can decide to examine the gorilla, where you learn it is in fact a man in a gorilla suit and a luchador suit. There's also two very gay men you fight at the end of chapter 1.
Are they like gay presenting or
they're like literally flamboyant, over the top homosexuals.
So they're gay presenting, but they're not confirmed to be gay.
No, they're definitely confirmed to be. They're confirmed to be gay.
Okay. Like a.
But they're very over the top stereotypes, and there's a move called Ball Breaker. You just get on your knees and punch the guy in the nuts, like Johnny Cage.
Beautiful. What the frick? What? What is this? What is this? What is this?
I forgot that this was a thing. What the fuck is this thing?
What is this?
I drew a tire. That was my bed.
Is this a wild animal?
I deserve to die. Oh god, get it away
Is
from me.
this just
It's
just like the local
native.
fauna?
Dead.
Yes.
Dead.
Local fauna.
Whatever it is, it's native, but it's also attacking the Covenant.
Yes. So Josh, there's a move called the Ball Breaker.
Okay.
Or Ball Buster. So you just get on your knees and punch the guy in the nuts.
Just right back to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that, like okay.
It normally all it does is just any male opponent it's used on, it stuns them. If you use it on a female opponent, the game makes like a ding noise, like you just punched iron, and it has no effect.
Cute.
If you do it on one of the gay men, it does not work. You later learn after you beat him that his balls were blown off in the war.
Just an unspecified war.
Yes, it's that. I think that's really funny. It's a very funny game. It's a very fun game. I very much recommend it.
Is it funny or fun?
Both. It's both. It's very fun. It's very funny.
This was on PS2.
PS2. I don't know how expensive a copy is.
It's
one of
very
those
expensive.
games-
It's because it's a cult classic.
Yeah, it's one of those games where you ever seen like the images of people making
You hyped up
survival
this
games?
game that I'm never gonna get because it's so expensive.
It's like over $100, I think.
That's a lot for a PS2 games are
No,
typically...
PS2 games are honestly very expensive.
No,
so
no. PS2 games are typically cheaper than
Well,
like
It
PS1.
depends on whether it's a popular game or like a cult classic.
Right,
like,
but
yeah,
sometimes
Ratchet-
PS2 games go for like literal like $10, $15.
Yeah, like Ratchet and Clank 2 goes for $10, but that's because they made 8 million copies of it.
Sure, yeah. That's a shame.
Emulate. It's very good.
Oh, we all dead?
Are we?
Dead.
No.
Oh, now we are. Cool. We got.
What else? What else? I was thinking of something else about. It's a very good game.
Whatever happened? Isn't the remember that that fucking that game where you have to like pose through like a wall and you're like it's like a line of like muscular men. Isn't that game Lost on the Wii Shot?
I don't know. It's probably, I mean, it's probably on Dolphin, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, everything's on Dolphin.
Well, but so it's not Lost. You can play it on Dolphin.
Oh,
it's not physically.
yeah, but like you know, like legally, it's legally Lost. That's my fucking. That's the fucking. What am I talking about? Legally Lost. That's my
band's name.
That's
my
my
new
that's my next
series
band.
on Netflix.
But Josh, have you ever seen like the images of like people making fun of IGN review scores? Like where it's like this game got a 7, this game got like a 2, and imagine Barbie got like an 8.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
people do that one all the time. God Hand infamously got a 3 out of 10 from IGN.
Fucking IGN
Because
sucks
the
balls.
game journalists fucking
Game
games.
journalism is a fucking joke. Mostly a joke.
For the most part.
Like there are like good outlets that you can get your information from, but I couldn't make it.
Well, yeah, game reviews are useless. I mean,
well, it
at
depends.
least
It
the-
depends,
at
cause
least
like
written
well,
one.
everyone's
Written
got
one,
a fucking like, no one's gonna have like an unbiased opinion.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like, I guess written reviews are good if you know the guy reviewing it and he tends to like or dislike things you tend to like or dislike.
yeah, no, exactly. That's.
But I feel like the best way to, even then, the best review is just a video review anyway, because someone writing down a description of God Hand, for me, is, you can't sell God Hand on a written review. You need to see God Hand.
Yeah, it's true.
Like the only time I ever go on like IGN or GameSpot is when I want to see like a community like ranking of like a series. Like I looked up a community ranking of the Tales games, and you know, to no surprise, Symphonia is always like number 1.
Yeah. I think my hot take here is I don't even think the Tales games are, at least the ones I've played, are very good games.
I'm only looking into them because I want to find like a fun
Maybe a
co-op
good
RPG
co-op game, yeah.
to play with Maddie.
You know what you can do? You have to, again, you'd have to pirate, unfortunately. Pirate the PS1 versions of all the Final Fantasy games, and you can plug in a second controller and play them 2-player.
Wait, you mean like in battle?
You can play Final Fantasy 4, 6, 5, and I think 9 in 2-player.
Oh, wait, I think I learned about that recently, yeah, but it's only in
on
battle,
PS1.
right?
Yes, only in battle, specifically on PS1.
Like, okay, the only reason why,
I mean,
like...
that's the same thing with the Tales game. It's not like you're gonna be 2-player exploring the world.
Well, yeah, sure, but she prefers like action RPGs
You know, it's more,
than turn-based
yeah,
RPGs.
It's probably a more interactive experience.
Yeah, but what's funny is that like how did kids like not figure that out back in the day? Did they just hand the controller to someone else if they wanted to like do like a mock co-op thing?
I don't know. I mean, it's probably. I don't know if it's like written anywhere in it. I only know about it because of Google.
That's just weird. That's
But I know it works because me and Chase played the first half of Final Fantasy IX co-op.
That sounds like fun.
But the problem is it still plays the same. So, you know, if one player is just holding their turn and the other guy has to wait.
Oh, fuck. Have you played Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin?
Not yet, but it is in my game pile.
The gameplay looks like a lot of fun, but I think, maybe you other two fuckers have seen the meme of the guy saying bullshit and then walking away, turning his iPod on and playing, Disturbed, or what was it? Like, someone was saying, I want to be chaos, and then the main character goes, bullshit, walks away, turns his iPod on, and then it cuts to black.
I mean, have you played any of the Neo games?
You mean Neo? What, like Neo, The World Ends With You? What are we talking about?
No, Neo, the one
Like Dark Souls clones?
Dark Souls clones made by Team Ninja.
Oh, I mean, no, but I played Dark Souls 1.
They made Strangers of Paradise.
Oh,
really?
The same people who made the Neo games made Strangers of Paradise.
So it's a Final Fantasy Dark Souls game?
I don't think it's quite like it's a Souls-alike, I think, in terms of like general gameplay, but I don't.
That actually interests the fuck out of me.
I don't think it's Souls-like mechanically, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't think it has like all the traditional dying and like souls being lost but it has the same. It has a similar gameplay. But I'm not sure about that. I do know there are job classes.
Does it have like a Estus flask system, or
I
is it just potions?
I really don't know. I don't know enough. I just know it's made by that team.
Okay, that interests me even more than
There
it
are
already
job
did.
classes.
You never play a modern. I feel like you never play a modern Final Fantasy game for the story.
Well, yeah. The problem is Final Fantasy hasn't told a good story in over 20 years, and I'd argue that most of the main series Final Fantasy games haven't been good since 10-2.
Negative.
All right.
Even 10-2, 10-2 only gets by in its gameplay. Its story is so good.
I heard this 12 was decent.
I don't like 12. 12 is like one of those single-player MMOs, and the best way to play the game is to just give your AI.
I'm spawning off the side of the bridge.
Oh, I spawned on the side of the bridge and I died right alongside you.
There's this skip here.
I'm sure if
I don't
there's
know if I should
someone,
do it.
I'm sure if there's a Final Fantasy fan listening, I'm sure they'll disagree with me. But Final Fantasy 12 fucking sucks.
Jesus.
13 fucking sucks.
I mean,
14 is mostly fine.
14
but
is
it's
not.
not
Well, 14 is actually an MMO.
Yeah, 14 is an actual MMO. Oh, don't do the fucking skip.
I'm not gonna, but I just want to see if I can. I just want to see if I can get through, and then I'm gonna kill myself.
Wait, I want to see him do this. There's a glitch.
You can just if you position the truck right when you get out.
Yeah, you have to use the forklift, and then you use the getting out animation to glitch through these doors.
Let's see it. Let's see it. I'm for it. Let me see it.
I just need to.
You literally skip half the mission if we do that.
I'm not gonna hit the trigger.
Oh, he almost
But
did.
you know what?
I see what you're getting at.
You know, I'm just gonna leave it just in case it actually does hit the trigger, and I'll destroy the forklift so nobody can do this.
I got Final Fantasy 12 from my local game store for $3.
Yeah, it doesn't really have any value because the PS2 version, unfortunately.
The PS2 version's worse. I know it doesn't have the better job
like
system.
flat out a worse game.
Yep.
There is no reason to play the PS2 version. With the current version is just better in every way.
I am a sucker for job systems, so that.
We all
There's
die.
no job system in the
Oh,
job
God.
system's only in the PS4 version.
That's so dumb. Why? Also, we're all dead.
Yeah.
Well, because the problem is there's not even really a job system in the PS4 version.
It's just like
Calling it a job system is a mockery to job systems.
fucking imagine if like careers were a job were
That's just what that's Yakuza. That's Yakuza 7.
I was expecting the jobs in Yakuza to like actually be
They're so good.
but they're just fucking they're just classes.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
but
job. Well, that's what job. When people say like job system,
I mean,
they
they're not-
usually
they're not
refer to
just
classes in Final Fantasy.
What do you mean when you say they're classes?
They're like it's just you get different moves and different
Yeah.
like combat animations.
What did you expect?
That's what jobs are. It's interchangeable.
Like mini games where I can make money.
Oh,
There are
no,
so
no,
many
no.
goddamn mini games in the
What do you mean? You could make like 8 billion yen in Yakuza 7 in like 2 seconds.
True.
So is the new one Yakuza 0?
No, Yakuza 0 is the new one is Yakuza. I mean, the new one that just came out. I mean, like the one are you talking about the old samurai one?
You're talking about like a dragon.
Which one are you talking about?
What's the
Yeah.
most recent
it's not
Yakuza
a-
game?
this-
I'm
second
talking about
Like a
Yakuza
Dragon.
like a dragon.
Yakuza Like a Dragon is the most recent main series game. That's Yakuza.
I thought Like a Dragon Ishin is the newest
Yeah,
one.
so for some reason, by the way, they've started going with the Japanese name of the franchise, Like a Dragon. The newest one is a remake of a PS4 game called Yakuza Ishin, which is it's an action game set in like 1800s Japan.
I hope they do more turn-based Yakuza games because that'd be funny.
It looks like the main series is going to be turn-based now, and we're supposed to get Like a Dragon 8 or Yakuza 8 because they're calling it by its Japanese name now. Which is like
Jesus Christ, this guy.
So Yakuza
Yeah,
Like a Dragon.
he just came in and
Oh, we all
killed all
dead.
four of us. Like
Holy
a
fuck.
Holy fuck, we're all dead.
Yeah, we're
yeah,
gonna
he
get
just
yeah.
walked in and owned the place.
So
Josh,
Yakuza
what-
Like a Dragon in Japanese was Like a Dragon, Like a Dragon.
No, so in Japan, the series is just called Ryuga Gotoku, which means like a dragon.
So what
Yakuza,
was
what
what was
was Like a
Yakuza
Dragon?
7's Japanese name?
It was either, I don't think it was Yakuza 7, I believe it was Shin Ryuga Gotoku.
Shit, Yakuza Shenmue.
No, it just means new like a dragon. But it might have been Yakuza 7. I'm not 100% sure. It's one of the two.
I really wish it was Like a Dragon.
But yeah, it's a turn-based RPG inspired by Dragon Quest.
Yeah, no, I've seen Luke. I saw Luke play it all for like a month straight.
Do you know the lore? Do you know the lore though? Why it's a turn-based RPG?
Because the main character likes Dragon Quest. I told you. I've seen.
Nah. Well, partially.
No, that's actually it. That's 100% why.
He's also a masochist and likes getting hit. He gives people the opportunity to punch him.
No. All the fights don't actually play out like that. They play out like that in his head. The fights are just happening in real life.
He's still getting hit. He's still getting hit by shit.
He's getting hit, but
he's like insane.
But yeah, but there's no magic and there's no fucking dragons or anything.
But like the other part, yeah. So that's why you get a game. That's why it's one of those games where you game over if you die. If just the protagonist dies, because no one else is fighting in a turn-based combat. It's just you.
I really like that game, but like the game that it reminded me the most of is South Park and the Stick of Truth, which is not a.
Yeah, if you're not a big RPG guy, yeah, I can see that. And I imagine you're not a very.
But just like with the constant like the humor also.
I think the humor's pretty good. The humor's better, I think, than South Park.
You didn't like South Park Stick of the Truth?
South Park Stick of the Truth is good. I think Yakuza Like a Dragon is funnier.
I mean, South Park Stick of Truth is like it's like a solid RPG. It's like a solidly made RPG. Yeah. Jesus Christ, can I not die?
It's a different kind of like funny. Like Yakuza is less.
Well, what was your problem with South? Was it the gameplay or was it the story?
You're misunderstanding my statement. I said I think Yakuza's funny moments are better than South Park's. I didn't say South Park was bad.
No. I'm asking Luke why he didn't like Stick of Truth.
Oh, did we all? There you go. Rip.
No, I liked Stick of Truth. It wasn't bad. It just okay. When I say it wasn't a compliment, it's like, but like it's trying to be like Dragon Quest. But I don't. That being said, I never really played Dragon Quest.
Also, Dragon Quest doesn't have action-timed button presses for attacks like Stick of Truth.
Right.
Like Stick of Truth, I feel like is more like a Mario RPG.
It is. Their biggest inspiration was Paper Mario. Mario and Earthbound, I believe.
The idea of Matt and what's the other one's name? Trey. Like being like really big Paper Mario fans. Is just really
Invisible
funny.
Elites, by the way.
Like, that's just really funny to me for some reason. Oh, I fell. Yeah. Yeah, whatchamacallit. Maddie doesn't like turn-based RPGs either, but she likes action RPGs. She loves Final Fantasy 15.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that.
I actually like Final Fantasy 15. That's the funny part. Like, I think the combat's fun. There's a lot, like, I mean, is it a mess? Yeah, but like once you get the skill that allows you to switch between the characters, like I don't know, there's a lot of variety in the combat.
I get the cover. Josh, get the cover. You're the only one left.
Oh, shit.
No, George is alive.
Oh, I look.
Yeah, you guys are here. Yeah, the story is kind of messy, but I like the gameplay. It's fun.
Gameplay, because the gameplay, it felt like it didn't want to fully commit to being an action game.
Yeah, like there was times where it would you would stop to pick your move.
Every combat is basically press Y to get close to the nearest enemy. Hold down the B button until nearest enemy stop moving. Press Y to switch to new enemy. Hold down the B button.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, you know what's funny? I was looking at Final Fantasy VII Remake gameplay, and it looked a lot like more.
Final Fantasy VII.
It looked a lot more polished with its action gameplay.
Final Fantasy VII Remake looks better. I have to get it now that I have a PS5. My biggest problem with it is that I think Final Fantasy VII is like actually a really fucking good game, and they totally ruined it.
Like in terms of like story or gameplay.
Yuya Nomura, despite being one of the original writers for Final Fantasy VII, does not understand Final Fantasy VII, and it's insane.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that because the UI or the gameplay at first kind of reminded me of Kingdom Hearts, but then I looked at it and I'm like,
it's a little too, yeah. It's like if you had to put like Final Fantasy like 1 and Kingdom Hearts on like the scale of action versus turn-based RPG, Final Fantasy VII is like somewhere like 3/4 of the way there. 15
Yeah.
is like halfway down
But
the
Luke,
meter.
you might like Final Fantasy VII Remake. I feel like Kingdom Hearts Combat.
I don't like Kingdom Hearts.
You like Kingdom?